He told us we can bet $500. So it's time to get
Bro,
into
get
this.
out of here with that, bro. That
MGM, welcome to the world's best bet betting
Arizona
book.
Falcons, bro, but how proud he was when
Ooh,
he said it,
I
though.
bet you happy, bro. You know what's going on with what? What did you just say?
you talking about first time Patriots
Yo,
ain't
what's
made
not with
the playoffs?
Oh,
And
Yes.
yes.
So
I instantly thought of you. You said Bill Belichick only stole dudes. I can't remember his name, dude. What's his
Oh,
name?
Bill Parcells.
Yeah, Bill Parcells plays. He stole his play, but his whole scheme. He
Yeah,
stole it.
he stole the whole thing.
Oh man.
Like-
you've been saying that for years.
And now people
I
seeing
said,
it.
bro. When they was arguing over who was really the cause of that dynasty, we see
Yeah.
who left, and we see what happened to what team.
No, Patriots can't afford him.
Oh, yes, right.
Patriots cannot afford him. They are
Bro,
screwed for
do
the
they?
next
I was
several
gonna say, do
years.
they have any salary space?
No, not at all. Not at all. They're
Bill
Who has the most salary space in the league? What, the Jets?
huh?
Like,
Who has the most salary space? The Jets?
I think the Jets.
The Jets, they're up there.
Like,
They're
bruh.
They're gonna get post op.
people
No, they not.
people didn't realize like how much money
Jacksonville,
Tom Brady gave up.
Oh, I forgot Jacksonville. No, you want to something? It's
Wait,
actually
say-
between
say
the
that
Jets and
again.
Jacksonville.
People didn't realize how much money Tom Brady gave up to be in the Patriots. Like
Yeah.
Tom Brady was like the 12th most highest paid quarterback for a while,
It was his best
Yeah.
option.
with
Yeah.
Super Bowl rings.
Where else was he gonna go and get that just everything that he had there?
Oh,
No,
after he got to it,
No,
could've
don't
been
get me
plenty of
wrong.
places.
Don't get me wrong. He could have went other places, probably even got more money. But in all honesty, him staying there set him up for the best path to continue to win.
yeah, and he would still be there had it not been for Bill Belichick. And now we seeing the fruits of that labor right there. Like he's
That's
too
because
old.
They are screwed.
Bill
They are
Belichick's
screwed.
hubris. This man started believing his own hype and forgot that the quarterback actually was the person who led the team.
Yep.
To
And
win.
they haven't drafted good in years. Name a good player that they drafted in the past. No, name two good players that they drafted in the past 5 years.
One thing, Grant.
Never mind. He said 5 years.
They pick up good corners from people in their
pick
division.
up other people. I can't think of anybody they've drafted in a while.
Who's the last good draft that I can think of was the backup quarterback they had. Then they went to San Francisco.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, that was their last big draft pick.
And he might get kicked off of 49ers.
Wait, did they draft? Did they draft
The
Asante Samuel?
49ers are considered moving. They're considering moving on from Jimmy Garoppolo. So that's not a good one. The only good one that they drafted is an offensive line named Isaiah something. I think.
Is that really Jimmy
Isaiah
G's
Wynn,
fault,
I
though,
think.
in San Francisco?
Say it again.
Is that really Jimmy G's fault? Do you think it's his
I
fault?
mean,
that they
he just
plan
stays
on?
injured. He just stays injured. I mean, that's to me that's the
He
main
like
thing.
Derrick Rose.
BRB.
Yeah,
That's the
but Jimmy G's got a porn star girlfriend wife, so I'm pretty sure that's not helping his cardio or anything like that. So.
Hey man, if anything, that man cardio probably ridiculous.
I think he'll be better. I think
No, she's plowing him every day right before his job, right before work.
What do you mean?
Probably
plowing
tired.
him?
Trying to get him loose for the game, bro. What you mean?
Nah, he
Oh,
getting too
Lord,
loose, so loose that he tearing ACLs and crap, bro.
also the fact that the way in which they lost the Super Bowl kind of hurt them too, because they had a chance to win, and this man kind of just flopped on the last pick.
I did want to talk about your Avi. Dark. What is that Avi? What is that?
I'm gonna
Berserker?
guess from Berserk. Yep, that's what I'm guessing.
It's from Berserk.
Okay.
Is that him himself?
You mean guts?
Well, yeah.
Do you mean guts?
Yeah.
Yes, that's guts in his armor.
Like from the manga, did it like? Cause the picture looks cool.
Bro, why would you post this EDP?
You were roasting it though.
video, bro?
I'm telling you about that.
You were roasting it.
I'm not caught on to that. I literally did the same thing for Red Sun, and then
left leg.
I literally did the same thing with Red Sun, where I was like giving it all its props, and then I still gave it a 6 out of 10 in the end. Like,
bro, let's talk about.
I'm ready.
Injustice, bro.
Injustice. I'm ready.
Yeah.
But go ahead and check the Discord because I already gave my ugly comments, so we don't have to go later into it when we're talking about the series.
Yeah, he was talking
ugly
about,
comments.
he was talking about
Superman. Wonder Woman extra strong chin.
But I'm pretty sure. What I said was Wonder Woman is always ugly. But I'm pretty sure he was supposed to look haggard and like just.
Yeah, he was supposed to look like.
I'm pretty sure like every time they draw Superman in a certain way, they're supposed to portray him like that because I feel it's fairly obvious that he's the bad guy.
Yeah. So, Star, what you think about the end, bro?
The end of chapter 16.
I had mixed feelings. It was for number one. No, I won't even say I thought it was lame because it was kind of easily foreshadowed, but it was just kind of whatever. Yeah, it was just anticlimactic in a way, but it was
disrespectful.
I don't think it was disrespectful. I don't think so. No. I don't think that. I don't think that.
As a fan.
I don't think that. It's unfortunate, but small deaths like that don't bother me because
that wasn't a small death, bro.
Small death.
Bro,
listen. Okay. I'm listening. When I say small death, I'm saying like it wasn't over the grandstanding way that Nightwing dies. I'm saying like it just happened because
small,
it was just like whoa, like it happened, and I feel like it played its part, but I can also say it felt kind of forced because I guess this was supposed to be Batman trying to resemble the regret of Superman. And I'm like, this was kind of whack in comparison to that. You mean, because they've been training and this is what he always does. And now you threw so it wasn't the lack of impact of the death. It was more so, I feel like it could have been done way better. So yeah, I as far as the death, I was like, whatever. Even Batman's reaction, I guess, because he'd been hinting about his echoes in his mind and da da da. Even still, I didn't feel like it was that effectful or effective. Like I don't know. I just didn't feel it was that effective. I didn't like the way they went about it. If you was gonna have Robin kill Nightwing, I feel like you could have done better. I think you did good as far as the story, but I feel like you could have done better.
I am shocked.
There are so many things that he's missing, but it's also because he doesn't know of later events. I feel. I feel like his scope of things. Like, first of all, he just really started getting into, the verse more, and also just we know what's about to go down and how impactful. It is a little strange that he doesn't. It doesn't seem like he realizes the depth of like why Batman would reaction is what it is. Like everybody knows Batman.
Okay, that was not my that's not my argument. I'm saying that as far as the depth itself, I understand Batman's reaction completely.
Yeah, his relationship with him, but
he's over here just like that shit didn't matter, bro. Like Nightwing, not a major player.
No. I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying the way it happened.
He's saying the way he died, it could have been better.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything about anything like
big
that.
Moment. It was just a small little.
I respect that as well. You know, because subtle deaths like that happen, and I actually appreciate that form. But at the same time, I was just like, it could have been done better. I understand the impact. I understand what they were trying to go for. I understand they had the previous training thing where Superman stopped it, and he was like, "Oh, he always does that." And then in the situation that he doesn't, because Robin always aims for vitals, and he did it in that same situation, and then he wasn't able to react. I understand all of that. All I'm saying is, it could have been done better. Especially if you're trying to elaborate the comparison between him losing somebody and Superman losing somebody. I have nothing against Batman. Oh, my bad. I might have said Batman. But Batman's loss, I understand completely. I understand why he feels that way. I understand why he's not lashing out at Robin. I understand all of that. That's not a problem. But I just feel like the way about that could have been done better. He could have, like, his name was Nightwing. He could have died in a different way. They could have set this death up in a better way. Not just being thrown at his
How would you set the death up?
I don't have anything in mind. I didn't put too much thought into it. But it was just very, like I said, anticlimactic. But I understand where they was going with it. It wasn't supposed to be like a huge death. It was supposed to be like an accident. And that's where, Superman is comforting Robin. Everybody's like, man, this wasn't supposed to happen. And everybody understands that. Even Batman understands that. As of the chapter, everybody understands like this was an accident. So I understand what they were going for, but it was just, like I said, anticlimactic.
So do you understand the parallel they were going for?
The one with Superman and Lois Lane.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually have a point about that. I feel different. I don't feel that they're trying to use that as the parallel for that, because most people, when they read, especially first time, everything that happens, they draw it back to Superman and Batman, and these are the only things. But everybody forgets there's multiple arcing stories going on here. And while yes, this seems like a reflection of like the Lois thing, don't forget the whole Batman and Damian thing has a whole separate thing in itself. Mm-hmm. I hold the Nightwing stuff into the Batman side completely. I don't hold the Batman side as anything with Superman. Especially from the stuff that, it's easy to say this for me because I know what's gonna happen, but I understand that people are like, oh, he lost somebody too, and I had that same thought when I first, went through it. But what I'm saying is, when stuff happens later, right? You see that you're gonna get your lowest comparison. Don't worry, you're gonna get your lowest comparison and stuff. But the stuff that happens to Batman in general in this, and not even directly because of Superman stuff, just stuff that happens with Batman overall, it's a whole different thing. Like, to be fair, Batman, besides everything he's going through with Superman, he ends up going through quite a bit of shit in this series. Like, you know, we always talk about how like ridiculous Batman is, and the fact he's a regular dude, he can take out all the power people. What you say?
No, I was listening. I was gonna say, yeah, that's been apparent. There's many moments I can point out already about Batman's character. So I'm listening to what you're saying to see.
No, but I just when we start seeing more stuff that happens, because I'm just saying when I compare that, like, I understand the part about, like, I don't think it had to be a grand thing, and I know you understand that it's, but I actually think it wouldn't have mattered if it was like some spectacular death. Like, I don't, in all honesty, I couldn't imagine him dying any other way. Like, I actually think it might have been the best way, especially with like where they're carrying that narrative with his death, because where his death leads isn't where it seems like it's going.
Oh, okay. I want to say something real quick. Even with that being said, it's not, like I said, it's not how he died or how simplistic his death was. You could have done even something as simple as what is his name, Grundy. When he popped through the earth and grabbed Robin instead of Nightwing, it could have been literally that simple. All you needed, so
Nightwing
far from what I've read. Yeah, maybe.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not the fact that he died. I'm talking about, I feel it had to be Rob. Like,
that's
if it was anybody else, like, even if it was somebody on Superman's side, if it was a villain or someone on Superman's side, it wouldn't have the same effect of where it leads in the story. Like, I have a hard time to find, like, I mean, even if like Grundy would have grabbed him, like, it's not the fact that he died. It's literally the specific fact that Robin was the one who did it. It's not how he died. Like, to me, what I'm saying is to me, it's not how he died. It's not any of that. None of that matters. Like, he literally could have. The fact that Damian was the one to do it is literally the catalyst for everything. I don't care how he died. He could have fucking stubbed his toe and bled out. Didn't matter. If Damian put the rock in front of his foot, then that's what I'm saying. Like, Damian kind of had to be the one because of where that carries in the story.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for me, I love how simplistic the death was, because the death was coming from a kid who isn't too well versed with his father. Like, he's estranged. Like, him and Bruce Wayne, him and Batman, Damian and Batman are estranged.
They are father and son by name only.
Yeah, like first off, Batman has no idea how, because he lost his father at such a young age. All he really has is Alfred, and Alfred is still his butler, you know? And his Damian was trained. First off, Bruce Wayne didn't know Damian even existed. Talia kept this boy away from Batman and trained him in the what is it called? The Assassins?
League of Shadows.
The League of Shadows. And Damian decided to come around and try to get to know him or whatever, but Damian realized that they are kind of completely different, but still somewhat similar in some cases. But him being so young and immature, he doesn't grasp the situation. Bruce Wayne, Batman, not knowing how to father correctly, he can't really grasp the situation.
A dungeon.
What? Anyway, the fact that Damian threw his baton, hit Nightwing in the temple, and he ended up cracking his neck, breaking it, whatever. He ended up killing him. Yeah. It's the fact that Batman took this man at a young age, and that was the closest son that he had compared to Damian.
No, that was his son. That's how he regarded it.
He was way more of a son than Damian ever had.
Yeah, and that was the closest. That was the closest amount. I don't want you to think I'm defending your perspective, because if I seen it from your eyes, I would definitely agree. I would definitely agree with you. But from my eyes, with the amount of stuff that I know about Batman and him being my favorite character, I really like the death because the fact that it impacted Batman so much, and you do see the parallels of Superman impacted by Lois's death and his son's death, and then you see Batman and not his actual son, but his son's death, and the fact that Batman barely shows emotion. This dude barely shows emotion. Superman said himself, the greatest detective in the world smiled because he's about to be a grandfather. And you see this man borderline crying because and holding his son. And,
I actually called that out in the panel where Superman. That's actually something else I want to talk about. But I actually noticed that. So I understand what the story is going with the Batman thing, because Batman, before Superman even killed Joker, was just bragging on, you think you done.
Yeah.
And in that panel where he's killing Joker, Batman face is distraught.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see this from Batman, and they lead up these type of moments because it's like, wow. Like, look at the difference between, and even Superman points out, like, you don't ever show emotion, do all this.
Yeah.
Then when that moment came, it's like you actually can appreciate that panel because you see Batman's emotion bursting out. Like, whoa, you just did this?
The reason why I thought it was such a huge blow to the DC universe, to all of DC. Don't get me wrong, like Nightwing, he ain't got no special powers, but he's really not that special of a dude. But the fact that if you saw, he was trying to insert himself in between the Bat clan and the Superman clan, and he was trying to be the moderator, the mediator of the entire thing, trying to defuse the situation, and he didn't even get that chance. And if he would have gotten that chance, I think he would have somewhat succeeded, or even come close. But now with his death, like, there is nothing, because like Batman is irrational. Batman in Superman's eyes, Batman is being irrational. In Batman's eyes, Superman is being irrational. But as a reader, you can kind of understand, hey, Superman should not be doing this. But you can also understand, hey, Superman's actually got a point, And the one person that was in the middle has died. The one person that can translate both languages has died. And that's why I think it was a beautiful death, and it was also an important death.
No, I respect the death all the way. The death itself, I have no problem with. Like, and even the way he died, I really don't have a problem with. I feel like it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Again, I was just like, man, it was just kind of anticlimactic. It was just like, I know what y'all was pushing for, but at the end of the day, all you had to do was get rid of this character, correct?
No, I see it differently.
That's what I was saying. If he just got rid of him, like I said, if he would have just
y'all talking about like Future, something I should have read.
No, not even that. Not even that. Well, I'm not even talking about the future. I'm talking about the here and now. The fact that Batman's biological son, who's estranged to him, killed his what he thought in his eyes was his son. Actual son. Yeah,
he adopted.
He adopted him.
Got you.
That's why I feel like it had to come from him.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand your point, but it's just the fact that, like, dude, I've been reading a lot of Batman comic books. I know all about Batman's son. I know all about Superman's son. Superman's son is actually ridiculous. Superman's son is actually. I like him. I like him more.
And
I like
that's
Damian.
another thing. Is as much as shit as I give Damian, because Lord knows I fucking hate Damian. But like, I feel like a lot of times because he's so ridiculous and like he's like so smart and well spoken, people forget that he is still a fucking child. So,
yeah.
Like he's gonna have those like childish tendencies. Like you can see a lot of times he like
funny.
has an attitude.
Oh,
He,
I
like,
can't wait till we get to Radiant.
People
like,
hate it.
bad.
People hated Damian.
Like
Yeah, I still hate Damian.
A lot of people hated Damian.
because it's a good kid. It's like a kid who's cold and he knows he's cold and he's gonna say so. There's no modesty when it comes to it. But when he fucks up, he doesn't respond like an adult. He responds like a kid. He's like, "Why, baby? Can I get some slack? I'm just a kid." But people look at him for his ability, rather his age, rather than his age.
Yeah, and what grew on people were the movies that came out. Like people started to slowly like them, but then the DC released a comic book called Super Sons, and it was Damian Wayne, and it was Superman's son. I can't remember his name, but Superman's son.
Steven.
He's actually a really good character, and if I would almost say if it wasn't for Super Sons and some of the movies, they probably would have threw Damian Wayne. How bad of a character, like how he was just obnoxious, like he was really really obnoxious. But when Damian hated Superman's son because he felt like he felt like he was beneath him for a long time in the Super Sons comic book. But as they kind of grew together and they kind of hung out with each other, he was just like, all right, I can kind of chill with this dude. And Superman's son is just he's a gullible idiot, but he's super strong, of course, and super fast and all that stuff. But he's just lovable. I hate to say it, but he's lovable. But yeah, man, like a lot of people did not like Damian for a long time.
All right, so we've talked about the ending. So can we talk about just everything that transpired till the ending?
Yeah, like.
Wait.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
Dark and Uwu and you may like you can't just skip over. Are you drunk?
My bad.
Jesus
That's terrible.
I know you've been talking
Like
for a
the
long
main
time,
question.
Right.
Are you drunk?
No,
Okay.
but I'm just gonna sum up some moments that I guess that kind of intrigued me. I don't know if we gonna go back and talk about the stuff that transpired before, but I was just gonna kind of go have like a brief like summary of everything. But so like in the beginning, the first thing that really caught my eye was Green Arrow. And like his whole
All right.
thing,
Before you continue, this is what I just asked that we was gonna go to. Nah, bro, because I literally just said this, and y'all was like, y'all want to talk about the ending. But go ahead.
Nah,
dog.
big.
But that's the first thing that really caught my attention, I guess. But I just thought that relationship was kind of funny. It didn't really feel forced because that kind of just seemed like the type of person Green Arrow is. And but I thought it was funny how he knocked her out, and then
That was hilarious.
Yeah, we actually talked about that a little bit. Yeah, that was dope.
and then it was funny, like it was talking about like his little base, his secret base, like I called like the Arrow Cave. And she was like, "Man, you need to come up with a different name, bro." Like,
And he agreed with it. Yeah, I swear. Yeah, we talked about that.
yeah, he was just like,
Oh,
we're gonna
man.
call it the Quiver or something like that.
Yeah.
And then actually, I was like, dang, that is cool. And she was like, yeah, that does sound better. I was like, well, okay. But secondly, moving on a little bit, moving on to Wonder Woman, whom I don't really care for Wonder Woman at all. And oh god,
I want to hear you made now.
even she just, oh my god, she I feel like she has no ideals of her own. She just like, oh, I want peace. but she's not like no idea how to get to peace. She just want to follow
disagree with that.
She just wants to follow somebody.
She's a warrior at heart. She don't want peace on any time. She on demon time 24/7.
But okay, so the Wonder Woman, I thought this moment was interesting where she was like on the battlefield. I can't remember exactly what transpired, but Ares had appeared, and he was just like, what's going on? There's a lot of turmoil and war going on, and then she was like, they kind of got into like a little heated argument or whatever, and then Ares like, man, do you realize like how much turmoil and war is going on, man? Do you realize how powerful I am right now? And it seemed like he was about to get the upper hand, but as soon as that happened, Superman and it just wiped him. I'm like, bro, you wasn't powerful at all. You was actually pretty weak,
God of ponies, bro.
Yeah,
he's a strong as he
still no fight to Superman. Get up out of here, and then moving on a little bit forward, we get to Aquaman, the whole Aquaman and Wonder Woman thing. And Aquaman, like,
whoop her ass.
He did, bro. I'm just like, bro, you act like you come out here like, oh my god,
bitch, get off my beach.
She almost drowned her, bro. Yep. If she didn't have help, she would have died. Like, granted, you're in his area. He's like, get away from the water, bro. And you didn't listen, so you almost got drowned. But also, I don't blame for what he did, because I mean, he pulled the whole Atlantis out of the water and put it in like the desert or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Hottest desert.
Yeah, I don't blame him if you're going. I'm not saying I agree with Superman as a whole. I'm just saying in that instance, if you're trying to, if you really
you trying to flick.
No. If you believe in your ideals, like Superman believes what he's doing is right, and it's not like he went to Atlantis and started killing people. You know what I'm saying?
He might as well.
Well, I mean,
no, I actually got something to say after hopefully what you finna say, but go ahead.
But yeah, that's I mean, it came to a halt. But I was gonna say something after that. Another thing that Wonder Woman did to annoy me was after everything was over and Aquaman was like, man, I get it, Superman. Tell Superman I'm sorry. He's just like, and then he's like, and then Wonder, he say, tell him I'm sorry about Lois. That whole thing, and then
he needs my counsel.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like she didn't even completely like. Why she do that? Like why she?
Cause she wants the violent way. I told you she don't want peace, bro. She's a warrior at heart. She's like, nah, we can't talk. We gotta fight. Well, have you tried talking yet? No, let's fight. Like,
at one point she said, "I'm sick of words."
I
hate her, bro. I hate her. I don't hate a lot of things on this planet, but I hate her.
It was literally a one thing where Aquaman was starting to say something and somebody shot her.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Dude, I'm bruh. We're trying to stop that." Yeah, and she was like, "I'm sick of words," and started assaulting them. Yeah. I'm like,
no, wait. I could have sworn. He shot on accident. He shot first.
It wasn't him.
No, it wasn't Aquaman.
No, I know it wasn't Aquaman. I'm talking about the dude. The dude in the back shot first. Yeah. Aquaman turned around, said, "Oh man, why? Whatever. Why would you do that?" Then he turned around and said, "Hey, Wonder Woman, are you old?" And then she uppercutted him.
Yes.
Like she didn't even say I'm sick of words at that point. She just uppercutted her, bro. And she said I'm sick of words, bro. Like, bro, you know it ain't gonna hurt you. You know it didn't hurt you, bro.
Yeah.
And you see Aquaman turn around saying, why did you do that? Yelling, chastising his own people. Mm-hmm. So obviously it wasn't on purpose.
Exactly.
So why would you turn around, uppercut, and start? That's why I hate that character so much, dude. You may now you see why I hate Wonder Woman. Now you see why I hate
And I'm on
Wonder
the
Woman.
same boat.
And the whole time, Aries was explaining this. And then when y'all first told me about the Aries thing, I was like, maybe there was something that I wasn't knowing, but no, Aries was right. He was like, dude, you're just, almost bloodthirsty.
Yeah.
And so when it ended up showing out that you are the problem, it showed out that
It's
she
'cause
was
she
the
a
problem.
woman.
Well, it had nothing. Yeah.
But moving on a little bit after that, I'm kind of going back to the Harley Quinn and Green Arrow when they moved in on the Arkham Asylum, and boy,
Dog.
man, she is
dog. When she ran into that security guard, how many times have I broken your nose? He said, I think like 3 times.
yeah, and then she broke
That was hilarious, bro.
But it's just like I know Green Arrow was trying to help, but Jesus, man, like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, you didn't. She wasn't. I don't think she was restrained. Like, and they came. Like, I know he was. I don't know why he would trust her.
He said, "I left her with the guard." Who did you leave her with, Jake?
yeah, Jake.
That's what Nightwing saying, bro. Who you leaving with, Jake?
He literally set everybody free.
Oh,
but moving on towards the where Grundy was coming out, I thought that was amazing, bro. Like because I had never read this before, and I didn't know who was down there.
Yeah. You know what? Dog, when he came up and he started chanting that chant.
Yes, exactly.
Uwu taught me. He told me about Grundy. I can't remember what exactly. Uwu, do you remember what you told me? It was a long time ago. It was when I was first introduced to Grundy.
Well, before y'all even get started on that, I thought the whole idea of Batman defending the villains in the situation was pretty, like, all this I felt was pretty impactful. Like, I enjoyed all of this. I enjoyed
He
a
believe
lot
in
of
due process, man.
Yeah.
So it was pretty entertaining to see, man. And even with Damien's perspective, he was just like, dude, I mean, y'all are defending villains. Y'all are in front of villains.
Yeah.
But what's your name also had a good ass point when he was like, "Yeah, but if we just start murdering everybody, then we pretty much."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about everything that I've read, dude. It's just like the moral gray line has been the entire. I can't wait to talk about Moriarty.
I think the biggest thing about it though is like we all understand him killing Joker. I think everybody, even Batman, understands him killing Joker. It was when he decided that I'm just gonna become a dictator. It's like, where did that come from? It's like all these people ain't have shit to do with what happened to Lois.
I will even argue against that because I mean, what he was first doing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Before
Like,
Wonder Woman
like,
started doing her bullshit.
President and
Before
all
Wonder Woman
that
started
stuff.
doing her bullshit. But
What were you saying?
I was gonna say, go ahead, because I said it was Wonder Woman started.
No, I was just gonna say, like, with everything he was doing with like presidents and like warmongers and all that stuff, I get that. It falls under the same thing with like the Joker thing. But you know, when like it was people like, I don't know, Superman, you kind of acting like a dick. Well, let's go disable this person and like break their spine. And, like, it's like,
bro, I want that's the
nigga, those two things don't equate.
Oh my God, you talking about that Flash comment? That Flash. Oh man,
I think that was my favorite
God
of everything of this whole 16 chapter. I think the Flash one was my favorite because
when they were playing chess.
Like, maybe I don't know.
I was talking about when he went to Australia.
Yeah, he did. He ran that straight run, and he was talking about how he was thinking, and this time he didn't want to think. I think that was my favorite chapter of all.
Yeah, that tells you what kind of person Barry Allen is, dude. That really tells you what kind of person Barry Allen is.
That was so great. That whole chapter. Wow. Like even more.
Barry is supposed to represent hope in the Justice League. He's supposed to be hope. And dude, Batman, oh my god, dude, that
just reminded me of the whole length. I can't wait till we get to that too. Oh my god, Guy Gardner.
You man, what you think about it?
Well, I think.
Oh well, no, okay, my bad. Dark, were you go ahead and finish your point.
It's just a couple of more things, but
yeah.
I thought it was pretty hilarious when I think Cyborg was releasing everybody, and then and Batman was like, you know, he's like I guess he planted a virus inside Cyborg, and then he stopped him from doing all that.
Date.
Oh my god. Yeah. He said Cyborg stop releasing everybody. Final warning. And Cyborg kept doing it. And he injected that man with a virus the day he met him.
The day he met him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The signature, you sick freak, you put a virus in me the day you met me? And Batman just like contingencies. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I think it's Killer Croc that was behind me. He was like, "That's pretty evil."
Oh my god, I love it, dude.
But yeah, going back to the Grundy thing. Uwu, did you want to explain about Grundy?
Oh, so you mean like Grundy's ability, or
his
ability, his chant, and
okay.
I guess the origin.
So
Chant's the best part.
The origin of Solomon Grundy is he's actually a supernatural being. Like you can't really call him a zombie because like
you can destroy zombies.
Yeah, you can destroy zombies and they stop moving. Solomon Grundy is the result of an incantation, and he's the result of magic. Like he can't die because of magic. Which, funny enough, which I fucking love that they did this. You know what Superman's number 2 weakness is? Fucking magic.
Yep, magic.
Magic, like kryptonite is number 1, magic is number 2. That's why Shazam and Black Adam can actually like fuck up Superman. Like if the two of them teamed up, I'm fairly certain they could kill Superman. Because all of their power is magic bound. So every hit is like a crit. But anyway, Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, grew sick on Thursday, died on Friday. Grew sick on Thursday, grew worse on Friday, died on Saturday, and was buried on Sunday. And that is the story of Solomon Grundy. That is literally the story of his life. Grundy is quite possibly, no, I don't want to say quite possibly, he is one of my favorite villains outside of Lex Luthor. In terms of DC, outside of Lex Luthor and Darkseid. Because they fight for number 1. He's definitely my number 3 villain, and the reason for that, I even like him better than Bizarro, and I like Bizarro because fuck all, Bizarro's not even evil, bro.
I was gonna say, will he be considered a villain?
Like he's not.
He like Big Ed from like Ed and Eddie. He's not really a villain. He's kind of there.
Yeah, he's not evil, man. He unfortunately, since he has to be the antithesis of Superman, and Superman is righteous, everything that he considers righteous is actually wrong. So that's why Solomon Grundy works the way I said. Solomon Grundy. That's why Bizarro works the way he does. But anyway, back to Solomon Grundy. Fucking A, man. You want to talk about an unstoppable beast? Like when that panel showed up, where it's like they turned off the dampeners, I was like, who the fuck did they got to dampen? And I'm like,
Yeah.
who's that strong? And then I was like,
It was
oh
amazing.
shit. And I was like, that's not a damper to reduce strength. It's to reduce movement. Because Grundy, despite what people think, doesn't think. Grundy just is there to destroy. So you can't dampen his mind. You have to dampen his ability to move. Kind of like how they have to stupefy Doomsday. Man. So, once that turned off, I was like, oh, fuck. And as soon as he punched through the floor, I was like, oh, fuck. And then he punched his head off. No, he punched through him. And I was like, nah, my guy, you gotta do more. And then you saw that regeneration. And I was like, everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. Now, of course, I've already, like, read through and like watch and I've played Injustice, so I know Solomon Grundy wasn't gonna kill everybody, but I'm just like, had Superman not been there,
Yeah,
it would have been a massacre.
definitely.
It would have genuinely just been a massacre, because like even Harley knew, like, oh shit, we need reinforcements. Because I forgot exactly how she said it, but it was like, yeah, we need. Oh, she like we need something special. For those that don't know, Solomon Grundy, even still, Solomon Grundy's not dead now. Like the magic that resurrects Solomon Grundy, yeah, you can't stop him. Like it takes, it would take a god.
Infinite thing, like
yes,
like isn't it like you have to start getting to like those real upper echelon like beings in the series that can just
Probably more than Darkseid's Avatar. Like, what level are we talking?
like we're talking like Trigon level.
Ah,
like you need actual gods that can bend the laws of space and time, or are manifestations of magic themselves to undo the magic that resurrects Solomon Grundy. Because resurrection magic is extremely powerful, extremely potent, and the ritual used to create Solomon Grundy.
do you remember it?
That's actually what I'm looking up right now, because I'm trying to remember exactly like the ritual that was brought up, because he's originally from the 19th century, like, well, the 1900s.
Wow, jeez.
Yeah, like his origin's like pretty cool, because his origin, like part of his origin is in a real life nursery rhyme, and they turned the nursery rhyme into a character.
Jeez.
Pretty cool.
What the fuck was that? Okay, sorry, I just heard something. I was like, that was loud as fuck. So like the nursery rhyme, he actually says Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. That's the actual nursery rhyme. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty dope.
Dark, you have any more points?
Well, other just things that y'all have already kind of said,
Harkened on and everything.
Yeah, I kind of thought when Solomon Grundy grabbed Damien's head, I thought he was gonna die.
He needed to.
Man, I thought he was
sound like you, man, talking about Twitter, bro.
I hate Damien.
I thought he was
I know, bro. I know.
I thought he was gonna die like the Mountain versus the Viper.
That's dirty.
Bro, I thought but one-handed, bro. I thought his head was gonna get swollen and explode, bro.
He was gonna die if nobody intervened. He was gonna die.
Yeah, but I completely and thoroughly enjoyed how everything happened. Like when Damien hit Nightwing in the head in the temple.
Yeah.
Man, and he hit him, and it just like when he hit the rock and he went over there, because he didn't think when he first initially hit him, he was like, oh crap, they actually hit him. Like, hey, are you all right, man? And then he realized he was dead. Like the reaction he had was priceless. Because like coming to this story, you may have seen Damien act like that a few times over a few different people. But if you're coming into this story fresh, you're not expecting Damien to have that type of reaction to really anything. You know, like I wasn't expecting him to just start sobbing like that after he realized he actually killed somebody he cares about. You know, and I thought was pretty impactful. But actually seeing Batman, well, I think it was kind of like a twofold thing, because it's like he preaches about wanting to do good in his own way. Like he doesn't agree with Batman. He thinks what Superman is doing is the right way, but he doesn't want to like, you know, hurt the people he cares about. He would rather those people join Superman and we all play as, you know, these superhero god killing machines, you know, that's going around, you know, laying out their own personal justice on the world. That's how I see. That's how I think Damian feels. Like he just believes what Superman is doing is right, and I think but he, at the same time, I think he respects Batman, but he just doesn't think that what Batman is doing is the right way of things because it hasn't worked thus far. But when I think when he kills Nightwing, he has the reaction like, "Oh crap, I killed him. Oh crap, I killed somebody that, you know, in front of my father, well, in front of, you know, Batman, who, you know, pretty much his father, but, you know, and, you know, how's he going to, like, look at his reaction, you know, oh God, look what I done did." You know, I just thought that was very impactful.
Yeah. And he kept saying, "I'm sorry," you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like he was just like, he didn't, you know, now he thinks Batman's gonna hate him. Like, you know, it's just like, dang, you know, I really messed up. You know, I really like that feel. I really like that moment for Damian.
I feel he think that man always hated him anyway, but this just made it worse.
Well, I don't think Damian think Batman hated him. I just think he never showed him the type of love that, you know, he brought.
A real father would.
Yeah, he just.
But Batman doesn't know how to.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to. And I think in a way Damian understands that. But, you know, he still wants it at the same time.
Yeah, and Superman even brought that up when he was just like, "When's the last time you asked how they were doing? When when you do all that?" Like he was just like, "When the last time you actually showed him some love?"
Yeah,
when he ripped off, that was a powerful panel.
Yeah,
when he ripped off his Batman,
indiscriminately murder somebody.
Yeah.
And I just like it's kind of like I love the way that they wrote this, because it's like, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's deep without being, you know, like, but you don't have to take it as something being super deep. You know,
it's not hokey. It's deep, but it's not hokey.
Yeah. And I really like that. But yeah, that's the end of it.
Were you about to say something, Star?
Nah. I'll just listen.
Okay, you man, what you think about it, man?
I really like the characterization of Batman and Flash. Like you guys were saying, that one chapter with Flash just running and like think regretting his decision. I thought that was an impactful chapter. I think
Do
the
y'all
way
consider that filler? Is that filler?
No,
I don't think
You
so.
don't think it's filler?
No.
I think the stuff with like the
Okay. What filler is when you go into an anime and you don't go by your content on the
source
manga, the source.
Yeah.
So I don't think a comic in any form of fashion can be a filler.
The reason why I don't think
unless you're doing like a 0.5, because JJK has been doing that shit, and I'm just like, I think it's funny because nobody says nothing about it because this shit's been trash.
I think comics can do fillers, but I usually attest those to ones where it's like usually a whole separate thing, and it's like, meanwhile, while all this shit that we've been talking about has been going on, this other thing happened over here.
Yeah, I don't want y'all to think that filler is. I'm using filler as a negative. Term.
Yeah.
I'm not using it as a negative term.
It could be good, but my main point is like it actually has something to do with the overarching characters and how for me how far they're willing to go. Like I feel like they were they wanted you.
Just for the record, the stream is fluctuating again.
Uh-oh. We're having technical difficulties.
But yeah, it's just like I feel like they wanted that in the forefront of your mind, like how far these heroes are willing to go in the name of what they think is good.
Gotcha.
You know, and you know, and I felt like that was also very impactful because man, what they did to do was dirty. And when Batman was what he did to Flash, man, he made Flash. He pulled on Flash heartstrings like a mug, dude. Like,
you may continue. I kind of want to hear. I want to finish that.
I don't like Wonder Woman either. Based on what all of y'all have said, I thought the same thing. She's very problematic. She does not think things through, and she just escalates situations that don't need to be escalated. Like with that Aquaman thing, I lost all respect for her after that.
Same.
You know that's the tip of the iceberg. That's the tip of the iceberg when it comes to that.
Hey, that's what happens when you got people.
I honestly feel like they wrote her like somebody was mad at they like ex or something, and they just wanted like, you hate women, I hate women too. Fuck them bitch. Look at this. Look at them always causing problems.
That's how I feel about Shield Hero. But going on, I don't like the way Damian. I don't like the way Nightwing died. The falling on a rock. I thought that was a little disrespectful to such a well-liked character. I'm fine with Damian killing him, but they could have done it in a more interesting way. Like maybe he threw a batarang and he wasn't looking at him and it hit him in the back of the neck and killed him or something like that. But like the stick to the head, something that Nightwing said he already knew was gonna come, and then he didn't realize it came at the time, and then he fell down and tripped and hit a rock. Nah, I'm not rocking with that. That's a disrespectful death for a cool character.
Bro, you know he didn't see that coming, man. Come on, man.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing, though. Like, I keep trying to like justify it, like, but it's one of those things where they emphasize that he's so used to this happening. So even when in my logic, I'm like, okay, well, the situation's really tense and maybe he's trying to focus. But I'm like, bro, even when they training, they always train like you're really like aiming to hurt somebody. So this man's literally always on guard. While in the situation where he should be tense and anything could pop off at any second, he wouldn't be paying attention.
Exactly.
But he was trying to de-escalate the entire situation.
But he didn't have to stick to that.
That's why I try to justify it too, but at the same time, I think like this man, like they mentioned how like just attentive, like this man's attention to detail and always like basically being on his guard, knowing that he is essentially just a human, like Nightwing is. Like even with that's what I'm saying. Even the fact that he's distracted and he's going through this and trying to like work on something. Like this is a very like tense situation, so he should be ready.
I feel like for him to properly de-escalate the situation, you kind of have to let your guard down so that you can properly talk to both sides. Like I don't get me wrong, I do get where you're coming from. Like I do understand in such a tense situation, but to talk them down from killing these inmates, from Batman going off and trying to escalate the situation. Well, he's not really trying to escalate the situation with Superman, but he's trying to stop Superman. And the way Superman sees it, like this guy is in my way. You know, if he's in my way, I'm gonna have to do something about it. Like that one dude that.
But he knows Damian is on their side.
What are you?
That's my biggest. Ain't no Robin on their side.
But he's not seeing but he's not really trying to converse with Damian. Damian isn't the proponent. The proponent is Superman and Batman, not Damian. Damian, right? The way Nightwing sees it, Damian is a kid. Damian is a kid that's just in the background talking. I really need to focus on Superman, and I need to focus on de-escalating this with between Superman and Batman.
But at the same time, you can't argue that he should take in consideration that Damian is a kid that you've been around more than anybody else. And you know that you explained that this kid always tries to go out for you. In fact, you're the one who said that, oh, you
He
didn't
always
have
does
to
this.
step in here. I would have got that because he always does that. So in a situation this intense, from what he said, you should have had that guard up. Or
But
you
do you think that's the time and place to actually try a move like that?
I don't
From
think
Damien's
it's
perspective,
anytime.
do you think that's the
not-
time and place
that's
to
not-
do that?
That's not the thing. The whole
That
point
is
is you know this character, you know this person is going to try stuff like this.
No,
So, yeah.
but do you think that's the time and place? So if you don't think that, how is Nightwing
smart.
supposed to think that?
Nightwing
Because
is smarter than me.
that'll completely escalate the situation.
I gotta go with Star. I don't think the time and place would matter if you know he always does this. Like, you should always be on guard for an attack like that if you know he always does it.
Those
even
was
outside
his
of the
words.
training, he's tried
That
to
was
cheat shot
his
him before
word.
and stuff when he's
Yeah, I don't-
not paying attention to this man.
So-
Those were his
Hold on.
words.
So hold on. As far as this situation goes, he always does that during training. Who the fuck would actually expect to be attacked by someone they expect to be an ally in a situation where they're surrounded by criminals that want to kill them? What reasonable superhero would think that? None of them would. That's why it caught him off guard. Because, sure, that happens in training. That
It's
always
not a
happens in
reasonable-
training. How is that not reasonable? They're literally in a situation.
No, I'm listening. No, I'm gonna let you go first. Go ahead.
They're literally in a situation where they're surrounded by people that have vendettas against them, that want to kill them. At the same time, he's trying to talk down and de-escalate a situation with Superman, who, if he wanted to in that instant, murder all of them at once. So that's even more tense. And out of all of this, he's having like a back and forth with Damien, who, again, someone he wouldn't expect to attack him in that situation. Like, I keep hearing y'all talk about, like, oh, well, he always does it. He should have been on guard, especially in that situation. Damien is the least threatening thing in that situation for him. There's fucking Killer Croc there. There's the goddamn Riddler. You are literally watching Superman vaporize people. People are just disappearing, and you expect him to worry about a goddamn human? There's a literal goddamn god in front of him. There are demigods standing beside him, and you're telling me the person he should be thinking about right now is a fucking child. Come on, dude. Really look at that.
No,
I feel like that
no.
situation is just.
I can argue that easily, because why would he? Why would he be worried about this one kid? And I know you're gonna say, well, that's the point, but no. The fact that all of this is happening, and he still didn't worry about this kid, because none of this projects to him, because he should be a soundful person. If it is not impacting him, it shouldn't even matter. So why did he still not like all the stuff you just said? What does it have an impact for him? Nightwing.
Were you listening to what I was saying? Because I literally led off. I literally led off with, in this situation, like in practice.
You're not helping our side. Let me.
No.
This man tipsy.
Bro, like I completely understand what you're saying. Like, no, what I'm saying is I get that. That actually falls into my point why I think he should have been ready for it as well, because of all this stuff. Like, I'm not downplaying the situation. That's what I'm saying. I feel like the situation is, if anything, even more threatening all around, because you honestly don't know what could happen. Like, because there are so many volatile beings there, you literally don't know what could happen. So for you to continue to be a mediator and to literally keep your head, you would have to be ready for everything all the time. It doesn't matter who it's coming from. Like, he should have just been ready in general. That's the point that I'm making. I felt that, like, I can see the point of, oh, you know, he got caught off guard because of how tense the situation was. But then at the same time, you could argue logically he should have been ready for it because of the same reasons.
I completely agree.
I feel like it could go either way, but it's one of those things where it's like, because of the character, you hate to think that he wouldn't be attentive enough to think about that as well. But, you know, logically, you know, you don't know, because no human has ever been in that situation in real life, so you don't know what somebody's mindset would be at the moment in time. We can only speculate from, like, what we're given in the material.
Yeah,
definitely. And like, I kind of feel like that kind of goes into a reason why I give it a pass. Why, you know, why it happens, because he is a human, and he doesn't have powers. If he had some type of powers where, you know, anything like, you know, like if he has super speed or anything like that, you know, super strength, it would literally upset me if that happened to this character. But since he is a human, I'm expecting him. He has nothing to counter for his flaws as being a regular human. Yeah, he's been trained by Batman, but he's not Batman.
There you go.
You know, so it's like, you know, he's a regular human that's like more than a few notches below Batman. So,
but as Gobi was saying, unless the character specifically says what they were thinking at that moment, we can only speculate what they were thinking. So while Ubu could be right, Gobi could also be right. We have no idea what his mindset would be. And my bigger problem is from an outside perspective, from a writing's perspective, the fact that they would make a character that's like beloved go out like that.
Yeah, I keep saying that, but I don't feel.
Nah, bro. No. You don't understand how many.
Out of all the Robins, bro, Dick Grayson is the he's the one. Like, people like Jason too, because he's like cool edgelord guy. Cool. And Jenkins like trying to be Jason. Like,
if I remember correctly, the Joker said that he was not able to corrupt Dick, and that really bothered Joker.
Like,
he's like unyielding, like he's the one who really believes in like true justice.
Before this continues, my whole point was the fact that
so funny.
If you don't get it, then it's about you.
We've already started this.
All right, go ahead. The floor is yours.
The whole point is that, given the situation, and Nightwing understands his situation, he should be able to understand everything that's going on.
No.
So you speaking about Superman grinding up, he knows how strong he is.
Yep.
He should be able to understand the situation, that also it could actually be resolved. And also that he should also worry about Robin.
Nigga, you just compared Robin to a zombie. You just compared Robin to Grundy.
Listen. He's still in the same situation that he was if he knew or did not know about Grundy. He should still know that. In fact, even more so, he knew Robin was already on their side. So he should already.
We are all placing our expectations on the character, but since the character, it was never specified what the character was thinking and what his mindset was, we can't solidify what should and should not have happened.
No, I'm not projecting. I'm not projecting my.
I'm saying he already knew Robin was on their team. Robin has made that clear since he got in there. That he's on
Hold on. No. Let him finish, because I have a great rebuttal to what he's saying. because what he's saying is fundamentally flawed. At this point in the story, it is fundamentally flawed, the case he's trying to build.
Go ahead. No, I actually want to hear this part. Go ahead.
Because you're assuming.
What the fuck? No. Listen, because I want to hear his point.
Because
I mean, who knows what he's trying to say?
Because
your point.
well, come. No, damn,
no,
shut
I
up.
don't wanna
Let me
continue
say
my
it.
point until he goes.
Let me say it. At this
That's how
point,
argument goes.
at this point, they are still all under the assumption that they are all the good guys. Why would you expect your ally to attack you in a situation as tense as that? Like I'm
that was
like
my whole point.
from that
But, I mean, it
standpoint.
can be argued the other way as well, because if he expects his ally to attack him during training, once the training has ended, you can make the argument, why wouldn't he expect him to do the same thing in a live situation?
So
But he said-
no.
But during training, he said, "We're ready to. I'm ready to go whenever you are."
I don't agree
And
with
then
that.
that's when he threw the baton.
Yeah, I think to that point it falls more under the thing of outside of.
Literally, when they started the whole little thing, when they went to the prison, there was two different sides, and Robin was on the side of Superman. Nightwing was the mediator, if you can call it, and Batman was on his own side. So Robin was on the other side.
So
He should have already noticed that.
How can he be on a side when you just said he's the mediator and the mediator is a neutral party?
Nightwing is the mediator.
That's
not
what I
Robin.
said.
That's what
Nightwing is the mediator. The mediator
I'm not
is a
talking
neutral
about
party.
me.
You
I'm talking about Robin.
hold up. Did anybody hear him say Nightwing is a mediator?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still saying it. Yes.
So
Robin was
does
the one
everybody
on
does everybody realize that I'm saying a mediator is a neutral party?
Yep.
the- Yes.
Okay. Does
He should
everybody
know that Robin is against the Batman?
So as a neutral party, when you are not allied with either side, why would you expect either side to attack you?
Because both sides should attack you in a sense.
So hold on.
I gotta use the bathroom.
So in a room full of
You're not on either
supervillains,
side.
so in a room full of supervillains that you yourself helped put away, on one side, you have your family, i.e., Batman and his allies on the other, on another side, and then you have Superman, who you have fought by time and time again, and same thing with everyone on his side, all in the same room. The one side that I would be wary of, or that any reasonable person would be wary of, are the people that already have a vendetta or a grudge against you. So
We're
that's
talking
where,
about superhumans.
yes, we are talking
We're not
about
talking about you.
superhumans.
We're not talking about you.
No. I'm
We're not
just-
talking about us. We're
yeah.
talking about superhumans.
Yes, yeah, we're talking about in this
So he
situation,
should have a
looking at
idea
all
about
three
everything that's
sides.
going on, especially as a mediator.
looking at
especially as a
all three
mediator.
sides from a logical standpoint. The sides that he would be paying, the side he would be paying the most attention to are the ones that are most likely to be the threat, which would be the people that he helped in prison. That's where I'm fairly certain. Actually, I think in that panel, he was facing that direction because they all just got let loose by Harley Quinn. So his back was actually turned because in that instant, the clear and present danger were the escaped inmates. And then Damian got frustrated and threw that shit to a man whose attention was fully focused on where the fuck it should be, where everybody looked, because here comes a dangerous pile of enemies that are there to just kill you. Like, I don't understand the other interpretation of this, because like I should bring up I'm gonna bring up the panel, because like I'm just like, man.
Well, I mean, like I'm saying, I completely see that side, but the only thing that I was saying was, even though the situation was still tense, like I'm not saying like he shouldn't focus on what's important. Like, yes, the majority of his attention should be on like the clear villains who are already in front of him. But just like with like Grundy popping up out the ground and stuff. Like I felt like he should have had enough wherewithal to be paying attention, like for danger coming in all directions.
True, Damien didn't even have enough to
the fact
coming out the ground.
That's what I'm saying. The fact that I do get exactly what you're saying. I just wish in that instance they would have gave a little bit more clarification as to why it was so easy. Like I get that they said like it. They actually make it harder to understand why he was hit so easily by mentioning how often he's able to, dodge that or catch the baton. Like the fact that this was the time out of all times that he got hit. Like while it is an unfortunate mistake, I wish they would have gave some like clarification or like some inkling as to besides just them being there, because I understand that I'm assuming that's supposed to be the general reason. It's like, oh, all these villains around, this is why he's distracted. But as I was saying, I think that he should have been paying even more attention. I wish they would have gave something else, like, or at least just plain out said that instead of like us having to interpret it ourselves. Like I know like there's a big like stigma against hand holding.
I would have been more
like
if they had shown. I would have been upset more if they had shown Nightwing. If they had showed a previous mission where this actually happened and Nightwing dodged it, caught it, did something, and then they moved on to this mission and it didn't happen. Just the mere fact that it happened after training and he was like, oh, we always do this, and it happened right after training. I think training and a live situation where you have villains, you have a crazed Superman, and you have, well, not even gonna say crazy because I'm not gonna give any type of adjective as to what state he was in, but you have two factions fighting against each other, really three if you include the villains. Like just the fact that it happened in that situation and in that time in a live situation, I'm willing to give it a slide and also give it a pass. And the fact that Nightwing's a normal human. Like normal humans are going to have mistakes. The only difference between a human and a super powered person is they have other things to compensate for their mistakes. Like they're not gonna die from something like that. But Nightwing's a human. So I give it a pass.
I think both sides can be argued, but saying that he was distracted or that he should be focusing on Damian, I think that's a little bit of a flawed argument because before it happened, they were in an argument. So if he has the attention to have a conversation with Robin mid-battle, I think he should also have the attention to see an attack coming from him.
That too, but there's just not a strong enough argument about saying why he shouldn't have been able to do it.
No, I'm reading. I'm actually going back through the panels.
I went back to it too.
Yeah, I'm actually going back through the panels. Hey man, if I save your life and you take a swing, and like, do I genuinely expect you to take a swing at me after I just saved your goddamn life because you fucked up?
He knows what kind of person
the only reason. I think the only reason
your own feelings into the series, though.
No, the reason I think this is what I'm saying. The only reason I feel like it should have been like I feel if it would have been anybody else, goes back to my thing about why I was saying like I think the way he died, even though it's kind of disrespectful to the falling on the rock part. But the Damian being the one that caused the incident is the perfect thing, is because like anybody else, like it kind of wouldn't have made sense. Like not just the Batman part, but like Batman's not gonna be emotional. Like nobody else, even with their emotions, they're not gonna attack him no matter what. Damian is literally the only person who would be wild enough to do something that irresponsible.
Exactly.
And not think of the consequences. And so, like, I completely understand, like, him, like I was saying, I completely understand him not getting it that time. It's just that a little part of me finds it hard to suspend, like, my disbelief, even with it being a fucking comic book, is that you have this person who's like, so, like, they talk about how, like, tentative, like how much of a student that Dick Grayson is, and this one time in this super tense situation where he should have his head on the swivel for anything to happen, this was the time that he accidentally, like, you know, it's like, it sucks, but I understand it, but it's still like one of those things, like, I wish there would have been like a little bit more to it, but I completely get it. Me personally, because I like the character and because of the situation, I would have liked there have been more to why he didn't.
Not just that, also, but the fact that he spoke to him right before it happened, and Robin spoke to him right as it happened, and you was not like, all of that plays in the part, dude.
They were having a conversation.
Yeah. By the way, if you look at that panel. If you look at the panel right before he threw it, that man was mid-fight doing a leg sweep on a criminal, and he threw that shit while he wasn't looking. Are you fucking serious? I'm sorry, that nigga's human.
He was having a conversation too.
That's awesome.
He can have a conversation.
Why
wouldn't you be able to pay attention to that as well?
Bro, this nigga ain't Batman.
You know my favorite part about this is it's kind of inconsequential, but this might be the most like debated thing we've ever had.
Right. It is kind of funny, bro.
Hey, you know what's funny? This speaks to Dick Grayson. Like, I don't care what nobody say, bro. This man, like, character. This character, bro. You just like, bro. I don't care what nobody. This man is like, he's the Lemillion of like DC. I mean, of DC's universe, bro.
Because he's Batman's greatest success.
He is like the true hero of their thing. Like,
so it's funny you say that.
The good guy.
It's funny you say that because in other comics, Nightwing has built his own reputation aside from Batman as being like the go-to guy. They refer to him as the level-headed Batman.
Yeah.
Like when he dies after he's dead and they go back to Bloodhaven, Bloodhaven is not the fucking same because I mean shit. Basically, Bloodhaven is baby Gotham. Only thing is, he doesn't do it through fear. He does it through respect. Like his criminals respect him because unlike Batman, where he just shows up, poo pow, beat the shit out of you. Yeah. Like Nightwing will actually go through the opportunity, like depending on the situation, he'll actually be like talk to you, or if you got guns drawn. Yeah.
See, I think it was funny, not to completely cut in on you, Uwu, but speaking on that, like after he had died and Batman was carrying him, you can see even the villains kind of stopped and
because it was the respect of that man's name. Put some respect on that man's name.
All of everybody, like it's just like they stopped and they just were in line. They were showing them respect, and I thought that was pretty cool too. Because I didn't know like that he was that well respected. I didn't know that they were going to have that kind of moment for him. But I did think it was impactful though.
Because he earned this shit, bro.
Question.
What's up?
I think the times where Damian tried to throw his little baton weapon at Nightwing, that happened once or twice.
As far as I know, it happened, well, twice technically. Once in training, and the second time when he died.
Okay, so I just thought it was
also in context. They make it seem as if
he said that he's done it before.
Yeah. But that was our point. My thing is, I think it's kind of funny because I wish they had did it more than once. But I just think it's funny because even in that one instance, he wasn't the one that dodged it or called it. It was Superman.
Yep.
And
honestly, if you look at the panel and you look at his face, it was still it was an expression of shock and kind of surprise.
It seemed like he was also trying to turn down the situation, even in that moment as well. He was like, "Oh, he is that he just cool. He just playing around, and because Superman was right there, and it's just I don't know. It just seemed like he was also trying to be a mediator, even in that moment."
So,
but yeah,
what y'all think about these? What y'all think about these issues so far?
I can't. To be honest, I can't wait till we get through the Lantern stuff. That's really where I want to stop. Actually, you want to know what's funny? I want to know what you may think when we get to that.
Yeah.
I want to see
Why
what
is
he thinks
that?
about
He
Splinter
never
Cell.
finished. I don't think he ever finished about his overall take about the.
No, I did. The last thing I wanted to say was about how they killed Nightwing.
Oh well, I don't know how far you read, and I don't think everybody else has read.
No, I'm just
Lantern stuff.
Well, I got to 16. Well, yeah, that's where I ended.
Yeah,
it off.
that's what I'm saying. That was like when he was carrying them away.
So, Star, what you think about the issues?
I
Overall, the story so far.
I've enjoyed them a lot. Each issue has been enjoyable to the point that I'm like, man, why the fuck did y'all say Red Sun should be our first issue? Like,
I didn't say that.
I said we should start off with Injustice.
I said this. Me and Gomi were unified on this.
like,
Bruh.
bro, we started off with that slow.
I think honestly, I think Red Sun was a good one to start off with.
Red Sun-
It's not bad. It's just that Injustice feels like a much better story overall.
I'm not
I'll
denying
argue that.
I'm not denying. I'm just saying Red Sun, in my opinion, it was a quick thing we could get.
Yes. Red.
Yes, it was.
Bruh. Bruh.
That man's reaction.
Bruh.
In comparison to this, you don't think Red Sun is quick?
Wait, no.
Hell
What you
no.
think? I know you got something to say.
Bruh. No, I'm looking at this. This man talking about this shit's not quick. Bruh. We are 15 chapters into year 1. 15 chapters into year 1.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's that like?
This is
five,
way
right?
longer.
There's 5 years.
Okay, that's about like
This is way longer. You may be talking about like the pacing, but once Red Sun starts, it doesn't slow down. I'm sorry that you don't have enough of an attention span to actually take in everything because there's not enough action happening and there's too much words.
Go ahead.
Like, bruh, you even admitted I'm using what you said.
He's still attacking the person. He can't. Go ahead.
I gotta use that. Y'all play too much.
No, bro. I'm using his actual words.
His argument, he
'Cause
only can attack the person. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm using what you said because you said it.
Attack the person.
Yeah, bruh. I'm using what you said. I don't understand why that's a problem. Taking what you said because you said it was slow. I'm trying to if you shut the fuck up.
No, it's not nothing about me shutting the fuck up. You keep attacking me.
Bro,
I'm so serious.
I'm trying to because you said it's slow. Because you said it was slow.
Chill out.
No, he needs to chill out because he won't let me finish. He'd be like, "Oh, attacking the person, attacking the person, attacking the person."
Let's calm down. Let's all calm down.
About the issue. Talk about how great the issue is. Go ahead.
So as I was fucking saying, no, it ain't all good, bruh. Because he's getting upset because he's going into fucking Twitter mode. Like, oh, man, you're attacking the person. And I'm like, bruh, because